Okay, this is a quick review on multiplying mixed numbers, and it's a review on multiplying more than one fraction. Okay, so you've actually done multiplying mixed numbers, but now there's going to be 3 of them. Looking at 15D14, first step, always change it into improper fraction. So, quick reminder, changing into improper fractions, 8 times 5, and then plus 2. So, you go around the circle like that. So remember, that looks like a T, that looks like an X, Texas popcorn. So 8 times 5 is 40 plus 2, 42, and denominator stays the same. Times 3 times 6, 18, plus 5, 23 over 6, times 7 times 1 is 7, plus 5, 12 over 7. Now, look to see if you can cancel. You can cancel from numerator to denominator, and your fractions don't have to be right next to each other to cancel from numerator to denominator. But this 42 and 6, I can cancel that. I can reduce both of those by 6. 6 into 6 is 1, 6 into 42, 7. Now do you see how I can reduce this 7 and 7? They're not next to each other, but that's okay. I can reduce from numerator to denominator, even if they're not next to each other. So I can reduce both of those by 7, which that becomes a 1, and that becomes a 1. Okay? I can't reduce 8 and 23, but look, I can reduce 8 and 12. I can reduce both of those by 4. So 8 divided by 4, 2. 12 divided by 4, 3. If you can reduce in the problem before you ever multiply, it makes all your numbers smaller and easier to multiply everything. Okay? So now you just multiply straight across. 1 times 23, 23, which is 1 times 23 is 23. 23 times 3 would be 69. Over 2 times 1 is 2, times 1, 2. So that does not come out to even. You can change it back into a mixed number if you want. I'm probably going to leave it like that, but that ends up being 30, just so you know in numbers, 30, I want to make sure I don't get my math wrong, 2 and that'd be 3, 2 and a 9, 4, so 34 and a half. 34 and 34 is 68, a half and a half is 1, so that'd be 69. So 34 and a half. Okay, looking at number 15. 3/4, first off, 3/4. How would you write that in fraction? 3/4 of the jelly beans were Sarah's. She gives 1/2 of hers share to Megan, who gives 2/3, 2 over 3 of what she has to Katie. What part of the jelly bean does Katie give away? Part. That tells you right there, when it says what part, that tells you that most likely your answer is going to be a fraction. When you have what part, it's going to be a fraction answer. And then all these ofs, don't forget, of means multiply in math. Okay, so we start out with Sarah, who gives some to Megan, and Megan gives some to Katie. Okay, so Sarah, it says that Sarah gives 1/2 of what she has. So Sarah gives 1/2 of what she has, and what she had 3/4 of the jelly beans. Okay, then those all get given to Megan, and then Megan turns around and gives 2/3 of what she has to Katie. Well, we can get an answer for that, 1/2 of 3/4, and then that's what Megan's going to get. So, and then when Megan, she's going to do 2/3 of that, 2/3, and she's going to give that to Katie. So basically that's telling you that you're just multiplying all of these fractions together, because of means multiply. If you have to do them one step at a time to figure out, Sarah gives 1/2 of 3/4, that will then tell you how much Megan gets. Then you can do that number times 2/3. Either way, you're going to have to multiply all 3 of these together. So 1/2 times 3/4 times 2/3. Okay? No, I don't need to change the improper fraction, so cancel. That 3 and that 3 cancel, and this 2 and this 2 cancel. So 1 times 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 4 times 1, 4. So 1/4. So Katie is getting 1/4 of the jelly beans. Okay, so now looking at number 16. So number 16, there were 48 jelly beans to begin with. How many actual jelly beans does Katie get? Remember, Katie is getting 1/4 of the jelly beans. She's getting 1/4 of. We now know that there's 48. Remember, that means multiply. If you want to make that into a fraction, okay, fine. So you're just doing 4 into 48. Can you reduce 4 and 48 by the same number? Yes. That becomes a 1. That becomes a 12. Now multiply straight across. 12 over 1, which is just 12. So that tells you that Katie is actually getting, we know she gets 1/4. That tells you the part of jelly beans. This actually tells you the number of jelly beans.